I'm gonna like manifest that into the universe, please, please, please.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here. Boop.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexis Sunshine 83 right here. So it is now officially spring. Well, technically tomorrow when this video comes out, it's actually the start of spring, which is March 20th. So it felt appropriate to talk about spring trends that I'm into, spring fashion that I'm into, and kind of like my thrift wish list of spring pieces, like what I am actively trying to thrift right now for spring. And I'm saying spring 2023 fashion trends, but I'm not really talking about fashion trends in the way of like what's trendy right now. It's more what's kind of trending for me of things that I'm really into. Honestly, I really wanted to do this video, number one, because spring fashion is the best fashion. Number two, I just finished my taxes, so I'm a little bit like, there's nothing going on in my brain. It is fried right now. I just wanted to do a sit down video, so hopefully that's okay. Okay, rambling is over. Let's get into the video. I do feel like a lot of these are not going to be surprising. Also, I totally forgot to mention in the intro, I was rewatching my spring like fashion stuff I'm into from last year, and number one, I highly recommend watching that video because everything in there I still really love and I feel like could be included in this video. But also number two, I have actually thrifted or bought a lot of the items that I said I really wanted to find. So it was kind of cool like looking back and being like, oh, I was able to find this, I was able to find this. So I'm hoping to do that then with kind of this video, that I end up finding this stuff secondhand. And the first one technically I have, but there's a different iteration, I guess, that I am wanting, which is red shoes. Now I do have some maroon boots, some red cowboy boots I don't know if you'll be able to see, and I absolutely love them. And just red shoes has done something for me. It is the perfect just little detail to add to any and every outfit. And something that it's like top on my thrift wish list is to find some, okay, not ballet flats necessarily, but they have like the little heel, like all of these types of shoes in red. I just feel like it would be so cute if I just wore a like white baby tee, some jeans, and then those. Like it adds something. I actually was gonna wait to film my shoe collection video until I got some, but I was like, this could take forever. I'm just gonna film that video. That way I don't rush and just buy some red shoes just to have it be in the video. The second one is another obvious one. I won't talk about it too much, but bows. I could wear bows in my hair or just bows. I feel like I want to branch out into other ways to incorporate bows just because I have been wearing them in my hair, and so I want to, I don't know, find ways, whether it's like a DIY, something like that, to add bows in different, yeah, like clothing items. I've seen people use ribbon to tie up like their Doc Marten boots, and I think that would be really fun. The next trend or style is maybe a little niche, I don't know, but Betsey Johnson like fruit dresses. These, I have been seeing so many TikToks. I mean, maybe TikTok is inspiring me, but obviously I've loved fruit on clothing for such a long time. Literally in my 2022 spring like clothing I'm loving video, I talked about it, and these dresses I feel like were just made for me, but I have no idea how to get them. Most people are getting them at the thrift store just randomly. Like, what a gem to find at a thrift store. Like, that would be amazing. I'm gonna like manifest that into the universe, please, please, please. All right, this one I've loved for a while. I've talked about a bunch, but fun collars, Peter Pan collars, just like big collars I have been so obsessed with for such a long time. I only have one piece of clothing that, or I guess two now, because when I did a thrift swap, my friend Jenna had thrifted me a like sweater with a big Peter Pan collar. Absolutely love it. But what I'm actually looking for is like more extreme type of collars. So like this kind of stuff. I really want to get like a detachable collar. It's been something that I've loved for the past 2 years, yet I haven't gotten any more, which is good. I feel like I don't need a bunch, but I feel like this spring I need to at least buy one new big collar item because it's just absolutely beautiful, and I feel like you can add it to everything and it's so fun. This next one, I don't even know what they're called, but these types of tops, specifically in white. There's something about them that I just really, really love, and I feel like I've been pinning them probably for the past 2 years. I've recently been going just back into my spring like Pinterest boards that I did for like the previous years, because they still are inspiring me. I feel like they're still aligned with my style, especially because I'm not doing like dedicated monthly fashion inspiration boards anymore. It's been nice to like still pin stuff on my like broad 2023 Pinterest board, but now going back into different months of previous years that again, yeah, are still inspiring me. And these types of tops I have pinned a bunch, and so I'm like, why haven't I bought any? There's a particular unif top that I guess kind of is aligned in these types that I've been really tempted to try and get on like Depop or Poshmark, and so I feel like this may be the push that I need. Just feels like a spring top, does it not? A pattern that I feel like obviously goes with spring, but even all year long is Gingham, and I have loved Gingham for quite a long time. I have a couple of pieces and dresses that are Gingham, and I found a trend on like a trend within me of like stuff I kept pinning or stuff I kept being like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And it's particularly red Gingham, and I really, really want to find a red Gingham top. Can you imagine a red Gingham dress with some red shoes like I talked about? Like, that would be so cute. So since 2021, when I found out about Cottagecore aesthetic, like I have been obsessed with it, obviously, and I've had a lot of dresses and still own a lot of dresses that are like aligned with Cottagecore, I guess, but there's specific types of like white long dresses right now that I am so obsessed with, and I don't know if it's Cottagecore or if it's more like Regency core, just based on like things that have popped up on Pinterest, but it 100% is inspired by this dress on Unif that, oh, I want so bad. And I'm very excited to say that I did find a dress that's really, really similar on ThredUp, and so I just have my fingers crossed that it actually like fits and everything, because it basically is very similar to what I have been looking for. I just feel like I've fallen back in love with Cottagecore, maybe because it is springtime, and so it kind of has that like frolic through a field of flowers type of like vibe. So fingers crossed that the dress that I got does actually work. I will keep you updated. I will keep you updated. With this next one, it is something that I've always really loved, but ever since my last thrift with me, where I thrifted that green, like mint green cardigan, I feel like it is my color, and so I have been obsessed with mint green. Again, last year when I did like spring fashion I'm into, I talked about green, but I didn't talk about like specifically the type of shade, and this shade is everything. It makes me feel so calm, so happy, and I don't know anything else I will necessarily thrift in this color, but I did just want to mention it because with that cardigan, like that is what I'm into this spring, specifically that like mint green cardigan. This particular style fashion thing that I'm really into is a new one, because I was watching a video from Seala Spotlight where she had thrifted this white top and DIY'd it to kind of like a Ghani inspired top, which is this other one, so it was like inspired by that, and I am obsessed. I feel like something just like clicked, and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to do that. And now I've been just like overly into tops like that, where they have a tie, or any top where it's like technically open but you tie up, basically making a bow. So I feel like it really aligns with bows, and I'm just obsessed with it. The next time I go thrifting, I'm gonna try to find a top like that and cut it, and I just wanted to mention it because it's 100% because of her that I'm like, I need a top like that, or I mean, I need to thrift flip a top just like that. That style was definitely quite popular last spring, and something that I like realized that I really enjoy doing. I've talked about it before, but one of my favorite things to do is to be late to trends. I feel like it's seen as such a bad thing, especially when it comes to like being in the fashion community, or what, not that I am in the fashion community, but you know what I mean, like being into fashion, it's seen as like such a bad thing to be late to trends, but I think it's good. I feel like you should, because it gives you time to really think about it. I've talked about it a bunch of times recently, kind of marinating on trends or certain styles to really decide if you do really like it. And I think this is a perfect example where when I originally kind of popped up, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. But is that like wearable? Does it make sense? And I feel like at that time, how my style was, I probably wouldn't have worn anything like it. And so I'm really happy I've just kind of waited. And now I'm like, oh, that totally goes with my style. I love bows. I'm really into, honestly, white tops are, I think, one of my favorite like color in tops, which is funny because I sweat under my armpits so bad. But anyway, being late to trends to, yeah, just really, I guess, wait and make sure that you really like it. That's all I had to say about that. A style that I've talked about loads that I love is soft florals. I mean, who doesn't love florals for spring? Like, it just works. And I'm specifically saying soft floral maxi or midi skirts. I realize I don't own that many floral like skirts, or at least what I am kind of wanting and, you know, my inspiration photos that I am showing, I don't really own any. Yeah, another one that's top on my list. I am going through Depop trying to find these types of styles. Maybe I'll end up doing like a thrift haul of like all the stuff I eventually like. I mean, hopefully maybe I won't get any of these, but anything that I end up like getting that has been on my thrift wish list. I thrifted my wish list items for spring or something like that. Again, it depends if I do end up getting any of them, but this is actually one that I am really into. And so I think I will hopefully get some sort of like floral, pastel floral maxi or midi skirt. Yeah, so kind of with my journey on trying to be, you know, a little bit more mindful and intentional of things I end up purchasing or thrifting, I really kind of have had this difficult relationship with accessories, kind of anti-accessories sometimes. Yeah, I realized last week that no, those items can actually be really helpful for taking items that I do already own and giving them a new life, styling them in a different way. So this has actually turned into something that I am really into and have my eye out for, like lace thigh highs, or just like, again, you'll see in the inspiration photos because I don't even know how to explain it. I think I even talked about it in like ranking and roasting, even like watch this before you buy trends or it's something like that, where I kind of talked about them of like not wanting to get them. But I think almost like putting more effort into accessories is gonna help me take the items again that I already own and kind of add something more. Again, Katie from Steal the Spotlight does amazing with accessories. I think I had talked about wanting to get better with accessorizing, and then I was like, no, I won't wear that. I don't need it to wear. Then I was like, I need to not buy any accessories. So I'm trying to figure out the types of accessories that I really like, whether it's the like lace thigh highs or even different necklaces, or just different ways of accessorying within my own style. So I guess this one's a little bit more broad, but I guess accessorizing in general, something I fell in love with during spring 2021, or maybe it was even in 2020, I don't remember, but lawn shorts, kind of like thigh, like mid thigh shorts, almost like basically Bermuda shorts, I fell in love with. And I have a couple of different styles and I am going to wear those and I absolutely love them. And I wanted to talk about, again, trends and styles that I have been wearing for the past couple of years that's like part of my personal style and that I'm still into. But I think I really want to find like the perfect pair of like mid-thigh shorts, because there's a balance of like having it be loose on the leg but then not too loose on the waist, but then also not being too tight on the leg but like fitting on the waist. There's just like a lot of different factors that go into the perfect pair of shorts, and I think I am still on my journey to find them, even though I've thrifted honestly a lot of shorts in the past and also recently that I still love, but I'm wanting to find like the perfect cutoff mid-thigh, almost thigh shorts. And I just wanted to share that I am still into the longer short. This is another one that I think, I don't remember where I ranked it in my spring trends video, but the lace see-through dress, I actually like, it's on, you know, my radar as kind of like a thrift wish list item, but I'm not like overly gonna go out of my way to like find it on Depop and Poshmark. It's more like if I'm at the thrift store and there is one and it like fits what I'm looking for, that I may try it, because I still want to try, you know, trends and kind of like still have fun with fashion. I probably should have talked about this in the accessory portion, but I put it at a different part in my list and I totally forgot that it was one of them. I've talked about my relationship with tights, and I've talked about my pattern funky tights and my just like challenge of styling those, and also just like, yeah, tights in general. And I do think there are one type of tights that I do want to get into, and that is pastel purple tights. I love them, and I feel like solid tights are the way to go for me. I mean, obviously I can still be like a person that doesn't like tights, but this is actually something where I feel like I would like it, because I love my white tights, honestly, and I think solid tights are just, they're just for me. Going for the pattern ones, it's just way too outside of my comfort zone. I just like never wear them. So I feel like this is another type of solid tight where I think I would wear it. It would be way easier to style. And also I don't really own a lot of stuff that's purple. And so it was interesting because when I was like looking at different inspiration stuff, I was like, I wouldn't want pink tights, I wouldn't want blue tights, or like green. I would want specifically purple. Like it just feels right. So that's 100% on my radar of something I may end up getting. Oh, actually red tights. That's another one, I guess. See, there's more red. Yeah, weirdly pastel purple and like red tights I really want, which I cannot find any red tights. They are sold out everywhere. So that's another one where I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever find these, but I guess that's why it's a wish list. This last one I have 100% talked about, and it is, okay, I'm not even gonna try to say the name, and I actually didn't even know it had a name until recently, but this particular pattern in blue and white is like my all-time favorite pattern ever. This has been on my thrift wish list as #1 probably for the past, honestly, maybe my entire life, but this is what it's called.
Chateau Toile.
It's, I mean, it's a beautiful name as well. Technically, I did have that pink dress that I had gotten on Depop last year that was pink and white, and so technically I've owned that pattern before, but I've yet to find anything in blue and white in that pattern, and that's like, that's exactly what I want to find. Alrighty, that is everything on my spring kind of thrift wish list and just stuff that I'm into. I'm also gonna leave in the description all the TikTok accounts recently that have been inspiring me with fashion. I was originally gonna do like a whole segment in this video where I go through a bunch, but I feel like this video is gonna be really long, so I'll just leave it in the description. I believe almost all of them have Instagram, so if you don't have TikTok, you can follow them on Instagram, but I specifically found them through TikTok, and there's so many more like fashion people that have been inspiring me, but these particular ones have been like the #1. So definitely recommend checking that out if you want some fashion inspiration. A lot of their styles are not similar to me, but I feel like they've made me more excited about fashion and also have inspired me to maybe look at different ways of styling in just ways that I never thought of. And as always, if you like thrifting and secondhand fashion, then make sure to subscribe right down below and hit that little bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which is alexsunshine83. I will see you in my next video, and I hope you have a super sunny day. Bye!